To build a proper chocolate lava cake, you need to achieve a very specific structural contrast. You want a delicate, spongy exterior that gives way immediately to a rich, molten center. We are going to engineer that flawless liquid core today, while layering in a precise balance of dark chocolate, sweet honey, and lingering chili heat. To execute this, you only need 3 basic pieces of hardware. Gather 4 4 to 6 ounce ramekins, a heat-proof mixing bowl, and a standard wire whisk. The whisk is crucial here, as mechanical aeration is what gives the cake its structure. Your choice of honey will set the baseline for the entire flavor profile. A standard clover honey works well for a mild sweetness, but if you want a bolder, earthier flavor that stands up to dark chocolate, you should opt for a chestnut or buckwheat honey. Producing restaurant-tier lava cakes at home does not require complex pastry techniques. Success comes down to strictly managing oven temperatures and maintaining a precise balance of your wet and dry ingredients. Step 1 is preparing the baking vessels. The most common point of failure for this dessert is the cake fusing directly to the ceramic wall of the ramekin, tearing the sponge open before it ever reaches a plate. You prevent this by aggressively treating the interiors. Take room temperature unsalted butter and coat the inside of all 4 ramekins thoroughly, leaving no dry patches. Then you need to apply a dry powder barrier over the butter. Do not use standard baking flour for this step. Dust the ramekins entirely with cocoa powder. Flour leaves unappealing white streaks baked into the dark exterior of the final cake, whereas cocoa powder blends in seamlessly. With the vessels prepped, we build the base lipid structure. In your heat-proof bowl, combine 1/2 cup of chopped dark chocolate and 1/2 cup of butter. Gently melt them together over indirect heat until smooth and homogenized. Remove the bowl from the heat. Measure out 1/4 cup of your selected honey and stir it directly into the hot chocolate and butter mixture. The honey serves a specific chemical function. It acts as a neutralizing agent, softening the inherent astringent bitterness of the dark chocolate to establish a balanced baseline flavor. Next is the mechanical aeration phase. In a separate bowl, combine 2 whole eggs, 2 egg yolks, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Whisk this aggressively until the mixture visibly thickens and falls from the whisk in thick ribbons. Before you combine your mixtures, check the temperature of your melted chocolate. It must be warm but not hot. If you introduce the aerated eggs into overheated chocolate, the sudden thermal shock will cause immediate protein coagulation. You will scramble the eggs. Once the temperature is safe, pour the egg mixture into the chocolate. Fold them together using a gentle sweeping motion. You spent time building an aerated structure with the whisk, and harsh stirring will crush those air pockets. Now we integrate the dry ingredient payload: sifted flour, cocoa powder, salt, and our spice blend. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This creates a slow warming heat at the back of the throat rather than an acute, sharp burn. Support the cayenne by adding a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. This provides a warm, aromatic depth that complements the heat of the chili. Mix these ingredients only until just combined. This short mixing time prevents gluten development to keep the crumb tender, while ensuring the spices are distributed for a controlled, delayed sensory release of heat. Divide your batter evenly among the 4 prepared ramekins. You are going to place them into an oven preheated strictly to 425 degrees Fahrenheit, or 220 degrees Celsius. You now have a 10 to 12-minute window to establish a precise thermal gradient. The high heat forces the exterior batter to rapidly expand and solidify into a sponge, while the core remains insulated and liquid. This cross-section shows the interior. On the left, an underbaked cake lacks structure, collapsing the center. On the right, a perfect cake has a solid wall containing liquid batter. Pull them from the oven when edges are firm, but the center retains a slight jiggle. While the cakes are baking, prepare the secondary component on the stove. Gently warm 3 tablespoons of honey in a small pan. To build the profile of this drizzle, stir in a 1/2 teaspoon of chili flakes, a dash of hot sauce, and a 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika. The smoked paprika acts as a flavor bridge here. Its subtle, savory campfire notes seamlessly connect the bright, spicy sweetness of the hot honey to the deep, roasted cocoa base of the cake. When you remove the cakes from the oven, you must enforce a strict resting protocol. Let them sit on the counter for exactly 1 minute. This allows the superheated structure of the sponge to settle slightly before you attempt to move it. To extract the cake, place your serving plate directly over the top of the ramekin. Holding the plate and the hot ramekin tightly, flip them upside down together in one smooth motion. Tap the bottom gently, and the cake will slide right out. Build the final presentation by placing a scoop of cold vanilla ice cream directly on top of the hot cake, followed by a generous pour of your warm, spicy honey drizzle. The final flavor catalyst goes on right before serving. Sprinkle a large pinch of flaky sea salt directly over the honey. The sea salt creates a dramatic contrast on the palate. By mastering these sharp differences between hot and cold, sweet and spicy, and solid and liquid, you achieve a professional, deeply decadent